What's up, family? Hey, it's your boy Dougie here with Peptalk, coming to you on the beautiful Sunday. We got our other host over there looking smooth, baby, looking smooth with it, little Jawan.
Nothing much. Another beautiful Sunday. Welcome
How
back,
we feeling?
everybody.
How we feeling out there this Sunday?
Good. Can't complain. Got regular chores done for the house. We're doing some meal prep for the week. Just wanting to reach more goals. Everything is a building block towards what we're trying to reach. And that's for everybody, Just for me, just being locked in on just, life, working out, pep talk, aminoplex, just building our passions and really bringing it to light. It's a blessing. And we are just trying to build something here for the audience, is just for you guys to be a part of a great community that you guys can learn from, and us bringing you guys the research. And not only that, you guys doing more research for yourself, because this is a big world of peptides. Everybody's talking about peptides, but what you have to learn about each and every one with the proper education and the proper foundation. I think I've been talking to a lot of people, you know, and they're talking to me about their, GOPs, their testimonials, and kind of, Manjaro messed them up, or they're talking about Ozempic messed them up. And I just think that in the doctoral world,
And
they
just to
are
be clear, because you're saying messing them up, right? So because we talk about it all the time, but
Mhm.
tell them, because it's not, I don't believe it's actually the compound, the GLP that's messing them up. I think it's
Mhm.
the protocol that they're running on how it's messing them up.
Right. Well, that's what I was about to hit, is that, the doctors tell you, hey, look, you're about to get on this. This is your treatment. And they just give, you know, the weight loss drug. And when they take it, they don't know the proper foundation or the protocol to run with said drug. Right. And so they just give you what you want, but they're not telling, hey, you need to go exercise. Hey, you need to eat a sufficient amount of protein throughout your day to keep your body regulated, and that you need to have functional exercise incorporated.
And another key thing, hydration and electrolytes, because you're depleting your electrolytes as you're taking these GLPs.
Yeah, GOP does dump the sodium in the body. So people need to understand the science of these things. You may hear this all over social media that, hey, I'm on this, I'm on that, but you got to understand what you're taking, and you can't just take it word to mouth by somebody. You need to actually sit down, do your research, get your blood work done, and then take the right steps for your health. I'm hearing about people, with Ozempic, like people having issues with their gallbladder or their pancreatitis, just like the other testimony about the guy on Manjaro. I mean, his body's not functional. He's not able to exercise right because he's not properly eating correctly, properly hydrating, taking the right supplements, keeping himself in check, and losing weight at a pace that is understandable.
Rapid weight loss is not healthy at all on your organs. You want to
Yeah.
gradually lose weight. And I think a lot of that is they're being forced to lose a lot of weight because their insurance is covering it, but they only cover that for so long. And then you have to come out of pocket. Once you have to come out of pocket, it makes it unaffordable. So maybe the doctors, and we might have to get a new channel after we talk, because they might shut us down again. We might get canceled again, but that's a whole other discussion. But you do not want to rapidly lose weight. You're putting a strain on your organs. Our body is not made to just rapidly lose 10, 20, 30 pounds in a month. No, gradually lose the weight as you're building muscle.
Or even 2 months. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it's a longevity play. As long as you're losing gradually, you're in a good position in life. Rapidly losing, not healthy. You turn into a melted candle, or as they say out there, Ozempic body. I mean, that's actually a thing.
Yeah.
So don't turn yourself into a bag of water. Don't turn yourself into a melted candle or having a Ozempic body, so people could be like, oh yeah, they're on Ozempic. We don't want that for you. That's why we want you to tune in. We want you to educate yourself. We want to give you the knowledge so you're not walking around unhealthy. You're not losing muscle, you're losing fat. And what we're going to talk about today is, I mean, perfect for the conversation, is Tesamorelin. It preserves lean muscle mass as you're losing weight. The biggest thing before we actually get into Tesamorelin, and I'll go ahead and throw this up just because we're about to break it down. The biggest thing with Tesamorelin and some of the non-negotiables with Tesamorelin before we go into what is Tesamorelin, you got to have patience. It isn't a fast-acting compound that gives you real-time results. Nutritional timing is important. Meal windows matter, especially around the GH release. The growth hormonal release is very important. and sleep. Deep sleep is where the recovery actually happens. Those three key benefits to understand, or the non-negotiables: patience, your nutrition timing, and getting your sleep and recovery time. Juwan, you wanna bring them in what tesamorelin is?
Yep, I got you. All right, guys. So, what is tesamorelin? Tesamorelin is a synthetic growth hormone releasing hormone, GHRH, analog that stimulates the pituitary gland to increase the body's natural production of growth hormone. So, as you see in the infographic, pituitary gland to growth hormone, secreting growth hormone, insulin like growth factor 1, IGF-1. The tesamorelin signals the pituitary gland to release more of the body's own growth hormone. Growth hormone then increases IGF-1 production. This pathway affects fat metabolism, body composition, and tissue growth. It stimulates natural GH production rather than supplying growth hormone directly. Tesamorelin, the benefits of tesamorelin: reduces visceral fat, increases lean body mass, boosts growth hormone and IGF-1, supports metabolic health, promotes healthy aging and recovery. And so, what is this actually approved for? Tesamorelin is a FDA approved. What is this actually approved for? Tesamorelin is FDA approved to reduce excess abdominal fat in adults with HIV associated lipodystrophy. It is not FDA approved as general weight loss, bodybuilding, anti aging, or longevity treatment. The FDA describes it as a weight natural, meaning the scale may barely change even when visceral fat decreases. Visceral fat. Subcutaneous fat is the softer fat directly beneath the skin. Visceral fat is deeper abdominal fat surrounding the organs. Visceral fat is associated with insulin resistance, abnormal cholesterol, fatty liver, inflammation, and cardiovascular risk. Tesamorelin's best supported effect is reducing visceral fat, not necessarily producing major overall weight loss. How tesamorelin works: tesamorelin activates GHRH receptors in the pituitary. The pituitary releases growth hormone in pulses. Growth hormone stimulates IGF-1 production, particularly through the liver. This increases fat breakdown and influences body composition. Visceral abdominal fat appears particularly responsive to this pathway. A useful distinction: tesamorelin works upstream of growth hormone, but it can still raise IGF-1 considerably. The two major clinical studies. The pivotal trials included more than 800 adults living with HIV who had excess abdominal fat. After 26 weeks, study 1 showed approximately an 18% reduction in visceral fat with tesamorelin versus a 2% increase with placebo. Study 2 showed approximately a 14% reduction with tesamorelin versus approximately 2% with placebo. Circumference decreased modestly. Average total body weight changed very little. Trunk fat decreased by approximately 0.8 to 1 kilogram. Measured lean body mass increased by approximately 1.2 to 1.3 kilograms. Increased lean mass does not automatically mean dramatic muscle growth, greater strength, or better athletic performance.
Some of the key benefits that you brought up is the reduction of visceral fat, lowering the risk of metabolic and cardiovascular disease, which is very important. Some of you that are out there taking the GLP-1s, tesamorelin will be a good benefit because it improves insulin sensitivity and the blood sugar control, enhances the body's composition and overall health. And the key is benefiting of the boosting of the growth hormone. The IGF-1, like you said, increases lean muscle mass and strength. So when you're on these GLP-1s and you're losing fat, you want to protect your lean muscle. I mean, it's very important. That's longevity there. So supporting fat loss and improving body composition promotes tissue repair, recovery, and healthy aging. The importance of supporting healthy metabolic health and energy production, helps regulate blood sugar and lipid levels, promotes cardiovascular and brain and cellular health. So there's more than just the benefit. But the thing is, FDA approved since 2010. So there's over 16 years of it being FDA approved, not for weight loss, not for bodybuilding, and not for anti-aging. But we know in the peptide space, bodybuilders, people that are doing their research. Oh, and before I go any further, let me say, we're not doctors. We're not here to diagnose, treat you, or prevent any diseases. Our goal is to educate you, share the research, discuss personal experiences, and provide resources so you can make a choice about your own health. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before starting any new supplement, peptide, or medication, diet, exercise program. You are responsible for your health. We're simply here just to help give you the research. Got to say that because I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get terminated. Me and Jawan, we're sitting here trying to do our best to build the community and just really give us a chance to actually hold ourselves accountable for our own health. Tesamorelin in the research with bodybuilders, with people out in the peptide space, this is what we're finding in the evidence. We're finding that it's helping with weight loss, helping with body composition, and helping with anti-aging. We've both ran tesamorelin just recently. You have to have patience with this peptide. This peptide is one of these ones that the first week I questioned whether I wanted to take it not or not because some of the side effects is water retention. My legs are swelling, my feet, I feel the water retention, but everything else was starting to look good. So it's one of those things you have to really have patience for. Within 2 to 3 weeks, I noticed that my sleep got better. My deep sleep, I was able to stay in my deep sleep pattern longer. Usually I get around an hour and a half to 2 hours. I was able to push that to almost 3 hours within the 3 to 4 week window. And then after the first 30 days, I started seeing the body composition changing and the waist thinning. You got to have patience, take pictures, get the measurement, to take measurement, measure your waist. You're going to see the difference if you stay true to it. The nutrition part is important too. You want your tesamorelin when you take it right before 45, 90 minutes before bed. You don't want it competing with any carbs. And I know there's studies saying that if you're on retatrutide or a GLP-1, that it slows down your digestive system. It's not going to slow it down if you're eating a pile of carbs right before bed. Now the tesamorelin is competing with the carbs, and it's just not going to work. So making sure your nutrition window is you're holding true to that. So you got to be disciplined with this, or you're just going to be throwing your money away. We want the best. We want the best for your unicorn, for you to be able to have success with your research. And that's what we're doing here with the research or with what we're expressing to you with running these protocols. What are some of the important things that you're seeing in as your unicorn ran Tesamorelin?
I've been on it for, well, yesterday would have been like 2 weeks. I've been on it for about 2 weeks, and see, now it depends on the user. If you're heavy, like, it's a difference. I'm basically all muscle, like lean muscle. For me to see the changes in the mirror, it's kind of easier for me to see, right? Like, or for anybody, if you're fit and like you can see the noticeable differences pretty quickly, right? So like if you're a person that's more heavier, it might be a little bit more difficult to see those, but noticeable changes. But for me,
What are you trying to say? It took me a long time to see mine.
well, I'm not calling you fat.
Hey, no, it did. Hey, promise you it did. But I started seeing the lines in the abs.
Right. Yeah.
The lines, and one
Okay.
thing that I did notice, it talks about visceral fat, like in the abdomen area.
Right.
But I promise you, the work that I was putting in,
Mhm.
that vein that you see that pops up from your shoulder,
Yeah.
goes down to your bicep, intersects into your forearm down to your wrist. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, your
Gone.
boy found it. Your boy found it.
Well, I can say that my abs are, like, more, like, noticeable. Like, they're more like I'm already doing ab work, but, like, my abs are more noticeable. I'm already, like, at a lean pace because of, Retta. So I'm both, like, Retta and Tessa. It's amazing. Amazing stuff. We'll go over that in another video. We're just going over Tessa Morellin today. But Tessa and Retta is an amazing, amazing stack. I would recommend it for anybody. But I'm also seeing a little bit more veins popping. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so it just me. It's a
Yes,
Tesla.
the test. And then not only that, I guess, and then you gotta, when you eat right and take the right pre-workout, and then you're on Tessa and Reddit, and you go hit the gym, you get the right pump going. Like, man, you look good. You look full. Yeah, you're at a lean composition for your body, and honestly feel amazing. The energy's amazing, both off of Tessa and of Retta. So overall, like, I'm gonna continue this. I'm basically doing like a 2-month protocol for me. You could run a 3-month, or depending what they want to run, is you could run this for half a year if you wanted to. It just takes you being religious with it, basically. Like, you have to do your shot at night, essentially. I mean, every night. it releases in your sleep the growth hormone. It secretes it, secretes it in your sleep while you're recovering. So that is why you have to take it,
And
every
it's
night.
an expensive protocol. That's why I said you have to have patience. You have to have dedication to this because we don't want to see anyone wasting their time or money. And you have to realize that you have to be dedicated. So pick your time frame. Depending on what stage of life you're in or with your health. If you just want to introduce it to your body, I would say go at least 2 to 3 months, do the introduction, and you're going to see the benefits, but stick to it. And then the next cycle, you run on it. Say, all right, I'm gonna go 4 to 6 months. And you're going to see great benefits if you stay true to running your protocol for your unicorn.
And the misconception here too about like peptides. Let's just go over this real quick. Tesamorelin is not a steroid, okay? People will kind of get that mixed up because it says test. Tesamorelin is just the peptide that we just explained, right? But it's not a steroid. Not and none of these peptides are a steroid. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that people look at peptides because it's everywhere now as like as a solution, just a tool. Remember, it's just a tool to get you to where you need to get, and you just need to implement everything correctly. What's in your life, what's going on in your life. You need to eat right, you need to exercise right, you need to drink enough water, drink your IV hydration, and continuously live a healthy lifestyle for these to improve the life you're already creating or you already have. If you have the foundation, you're solid. But if there's a foundation to be built, you need to build that foundation. And as us as Pep Talk and me as Juwan and Doug here, we want you guys to improve your life in the best optimal way. Basically, aside from the peptides, is like you guys need to make sure that you're on top of your game, right? So that's why you're watching these videos for the research, and that's why we're trying to hold you accountable. So you know that you're held to a higher standard for you to go there out there and kill it. Like because at the end of the day, we're all going to die and our age is going to decline. And these things are going to help prevent all of that as so that we can live the longest life possible.
Like you said, the peptides are going to help. They're going to help preserve you. They're going to help recover you. They're going to help metabolically. And I think you were saying it, but I'm just going to repeat it just in case. Tesamorelin doesn't add growth hormone. It tells your body to produce more on its own. Think about it like this. It's like the thermostat. Your body grows hormones is a system in your home's heating system. The furnace is your pituitary gland. The growth hormone is the heat. Tesamorelin is the thermostat. The thermostat doesn't create the heat. It simply tells the furnace when to turn on. Likewise, tesamorelin signals the pituitary gland to increase its natural production of growth hormones. So at night, when it gets cold, you turn on that heat and then you're going to start producing those growth hormones. And that's when you're sleeping. And then when you wake up, you're recovered. Take care of yourself, take care of your health, take responsibility for your protocols. And if you ever need help, or I don't know if we could say that, but just comment, just comment and just find
Comment,
me.
comment, Aminoplex or the black card.
We're
Like,
done. This is our last video. We can't help anyone.
yeah, so I'll put this last thing here, and we'll get into some other stuff. But what are the side effects and what are the risks, right? What is the risk of tesamorelin? I'll say this before I get into that. If you abuse this substance, this peptide, then you're gonna reap all of these side effects. I don't know if you're like you go crazy, you're not mathing right, you're not computing right, you don't have the right research. If you are abusing this peptide, this is side effects and risks. Injection site redness, itching, pain, or bruising, fluid retention and swelling, joint and muscle discomfort, carpal tunnel type symptoms, elevated IGF-1, impaired glucose tolerance or development worsening of diabetes, allergic or hypersensitivity reactions. So those are, and who should not use it? People with active cancer, pregnant women, people with certain disruptions of the hypothalamic pituitary axis, anyone with known hypersensitivity to tesamorelin or its ingredients. So that's why get your blood work done. Get everything that you need done before you administer such a thing to your body.
I'm gonna run with my protocol that I ran for my unicorn. First 7 to 10 days, I believe I stayed at 1 milligram, and then for the next 50 days, 50 to 55 days, I ran at 2 milligrams, 45 minutes to 60 minutes right before bed. Man, I need to remember this. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell you, you don't want high serotonin levels. while you're running this. I took a supplement to bring down my serotonin and taking magnesium to bring all the levels down so I could be at a good state, rested state, so I can be able to actively get my growth hormones released at the more naturally as I hit my deep sleep. Hit us in the comments and we'll send you what we gave to our unicorn to get the results because we actually, well, Juwan's freshly starting and he's already seeing the results. And me personally, running the protocol, man, is night and day body composition. Like, wow. I'm almost jealous that I'm still not running it because now that Juwan's on it, I'm like, man, I wish I would. Do I go back on it? But I'm patient, man. I'm patient. I told myself I'm gonna run it again to start January, and I'm gonna run it from January to June of 2027. So look forward to that.
Yeah, it's about 500 miles.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I can't put an expense on my health, man. I just can't. I won't.
Yeah,
It's my birthday present for the year for me.
there you go. And your reputable source is Aminoplex, right?
Yeah, yeah, trust it. Hey, and the results are the results are there. The purity, the testing, yeah, is pure.
Yeah, we did a couple updates to the website. We have a new credit payment processor, so everything is smooth. Enjoy what we have on the website. If you guys have any questions, you can comment down below. We do have a support email if you do have any questions or anything about orders. But essentially, everything else, like everything is tested. We are taking this stuff ourselves, so we know what we have, and our brand is 100%
And we
across.
want to and we want to start sending out these playbooks for you guys for each peptide that you are interested in running your experiments on too. So look forward to those. But you got to comment. You got to, reach out to us and we'll send them out to you. But yeah, we look forward to that aspect too. So look us up, look out for us on social media.
And I also wanted to mention if you guys, well, maybe you put this in there. I don't know. We might have to take this one out. I'm about to say, if you guys are interested, if you guys have questions, please comment down below. Doug and I are in the talks of like, maybe dealing with somebody one to one. We're not doctors here, but if you don't know certain protocols or certain things that you don't know, or you're just afraid or something like that, we could hop on a call with you and, see what's going on and see what's best for you.
We're actively communicate with you for your help, for your guidance, for guidance and help in this space. So you're not running things blindly. We care. If you don't have anything else, this is a beautiful episode. Looking forward to building the community. Like and subscribe.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any comments, comment down below. Please hit the subscribe button. We're going to bring you guys some more videos, some more heat, especially what's going on in the peptide industry. And we're going to go over this research. We're going to go over stacks. We're going to go over a lot of stuff. And you guys are going to be seeing a lot from us
Yes,
pretty soon.
sir. Hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start releasing Monday and Wednesday. I think we're gonna start doing that just to get more information out there, get more content, get the people the resources that they need to make an informed decision. This is Pep Talk. We're here to give you the resources, the science, and the real, so you can make your own choice. Do your research, get your labs, find a trusted source. You know what it is, baby? It's aminoplex, and most importantly, show up for yourself.
Peace.
Peace.